Hello and welcome to Cherry Street Chat, the official podcast of the Seattle Spectator. My name is Caleb Stipkovits and I'm your host and the managing editor of the Spectator. And to my right are our guests and I guess kind of also like a host. You're our first like hybrid host guest, so I don't know exactly how to introduce you, but we have Zam Ortega, who is our design editor at the Spectator, who is also here to talk to us as if you were a guest. So kind of a cool little combination. And then we have Eeuwen, right? Van Eeuwen.
Eeuwen.
I almost messed that up. Ian Van Eeuwen, who is also a design student, and they are also the co-directors for the design exhibition that is coming up at Seattle University. So we are going to be talking about that. So first of all, thank you so much for coming on the show. It's really nice to have both of you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Of
Big
course.
fans.
Big fans? Let's go. Perfect. Well, first, can you just tell me a little bit about yourselves? Introduce yourself to the viewers and listeners.
I will go first. I am Zam. I am lead designer at The Spectator. So if you do design for The Spectator, you will probably be talking to me a lot. I am also co-director for the Layer by Layer exhibition. And on campus, I also design for the Health and Wellness Center, Health and Wellness Promotion, technically. And yeah, I'm a senior design student.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm also a senior design student, co-director of the Layer by Layer exhibition. I work on campus at Albers doing some design work for the Career Center and for the Dean's Office. So, yeah.
Yeah, super cool. And I actually forgot to mention too, Zam's the one who designed our logo for Cherry Street Chat. So
Oh my God.
if you've seen the logo, I think it's in this corner. Daniel, when we have the logo, it's the other corner. All right, producer confirmed it's in the other corner. You'll see it. Zam designed it. So fun fact. Well, cool. So I guess first I also just want to know a little bit about your histories with design. So when did you start making art and how did it kind of lead you to become a design student at SU?
I'll go first.
All right.
So I, in some sense, was a pretty late bloomer. I did not really know anything about design. I grew up in a very small town in the Tri-Cities, where at my high school it wasn't very promoted at all. During my junior year, I knew I wanted to do Running Start, which is dual enrollment in Washington. So I started that, and I had like a funny moment where my fall quarter, I was like, I don't know what classes to take. I don't know what I should do. I don't know what I want to do with my career, honestly. And I took a graphic design 1 course, and as most people are, I was horrible at it. I was so bad. But in some sense, I was like, this sucks, and I hate being so bad at this because I want to be good. And so that kind of inspired like a little rage inside where I was like, I have to be better at this. This is so fun. And a lot of people in those classes were a lot more tech savvy than me and kind of knew their way around the programs. And I was like, you guys make amazing work. I want to make work just like that. And I made one poster and a zine at different times throughout those 2 years, and they were both in like a student juried art exhibit for the design students, for everybody. I think it was just like an art. Everybody in the art program could submit some stuff, and I didn't win any big awards, but I did win some, and throughout my time there at CBC in Pasco, Washington, I maxed out every single credit that community college offered, and I had so much fun doing it. I had a lot of one-on-one with the design professor there, and it was a lot of fun. And then I came to SU.
Nice. That's a really nice story, actually.
Yeah.
It's like a really cool origin story. Ian, what about you?
Yeah, so I kind of had a similar experience in high school. I feel like design as like an art form is not as sort of advertised, or like nobody really talks about it in high school or sort of pre-secondary education. And so I didn't really take any art classes in high school. I wasn't really into art. But I did take, it was just called graphics at my high school, and I maxed that out. I couldn't even take the last one because I was the only one enrolled for it. So I really maxed that out. And then when I came to SU, I came as a pre-major. And I had no idea that I was going to do design. But I kind of, just like looking back at what I did in high school, I was like, oh, I like doing that, so I'll declare for the major. And then I found it's just so flexible, and it allows you to be into so many different things, and then also exercise creativity, and writing and all these other things that I like. So I just kind of stumbled into it and then found I really had a passion for it. So yeah.
For sure. Yeah, super cool. I like how both of you kind of like got into design at a little bit at similar times in your lives,
Yeah.
in high school and stuff. So yeah, it's super cool to hear. And I know we were talking a little bit before the recording started of how design is, common misconception about design is that you're not actually just like drawing all the time. Like there's a lot of different things you can do. So what are some of the things you like to do with design, and what are some of the different forms?
Yeah, I feel like so much of design is so much of it goes in before anything you actually make. So there's so much research, and planning and sketching that goes into whatever you're designing, a poster, a brochure, a website, anything. And I feel like that's like that sort of process. I really enjoy it. There's so many different things that you can be working on. And yeah, like you said, a lot of people think design is sort of more synonymous with art. And it is. There's definitely a lot of those same transferable skills. But yeah, I think there's a lot more like real world applications, and everything in this room is designed by someone, whether it's industrial design, which is more like sculpture, functional sculpture, or graphic design, instructional design. So there's just so much to it, and that's really what I like about it. And yeah.
Something I figured out incredibly recently was that I really like breaking the molds. I like taking like the traditional, super structured, and kind of breaking that down. I found out recently that I really like illustrative design, so it's a matter of like understanding and having a very thorough foundation of graphic design, but taking the illustrative side a lot more kind of less serious, but always wanting to incorporate something that's out of the mold, something a little bit different.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like when you come to our exhibition on the April 24th, you'll see like me and Zam have very different styles.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah.
there's the same like fundamental process and skills of design that go into making the final piece, even if that final product looks so much different between two different designers.
Yeah, for sure. And that's actually a perfect segue into our next point of discussion. As mentioned, on April 24th, we have the Layer by Layer design exhibition. That's the
Yep.
name. Perfect. Awesome. Layer by Layer is coming up. What can students expect from this gallery?
A lot of incredibly different perspectives, I would say. I think, the beginning of every class project starts with the same prompt. We all get like the brief like rundown, like this is what you're making. It's a poster, it's a product. You have an assignment, and then it's up to the designer to interpret that however they want to. And then along the way, we provide critique and feedback, and kind of everybody in some way or another molds the final product and design. Yeah.
Yeah, so the show is a collection of the works we've done throughout this year. And so if you've seen it the previous years, or if anyone's seen that, it's sort of set up by project, and you'll know there'll be a wall with all the infographics, and you'll see everyone's different project. And this year it's a little bit different, where we're not making everyone do the same project. People can kind of pick and choose which ones they want to show off. So not everyone's going to have the same projects in the show.
Okay.
And we really wanted to do that to just let people display the work that they're most proud of, so that they get the most out of the show, because, it's kind of our big last hurrah. So
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's super cool. I like to hear that there's like that flexibility and
Yeah.
that there's a lot of different things that we can expect. And you two are really involved in the planning process for this. So what has that been like I mean, I know planning a pretty big event is a lot of work, but what's that been like?
There's so much that I'd never even like thought of going into it.
Mm,
Just with like getting catering, figuring out the dimensions of the gallery. And obviously we have a great cohort who's helping us out on all this, but there's just so many odds and ends that we have to get together. And so it's like every week there's another thing that we didn't think of that
yeah.
we have to figure out. So we're just been on our toes for a year, and it's been super fun though.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely everybody communicating and doing their part has just made this process a lot easier. Just like Ian said, like it's honestly something new every week, and then we have to like, reach out to different people at the university and figure out like, hey, is this possible, or what do we have to do to accommodate what we want to see in the gallery.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, sounds like a lot of moving parts, obviously.
Yeah.
But that's goes with planning things, and I'm excited to see how it turns out. Do you have any work that you're really excited to exhibit in the design exhibition? Is there anything you're looking forward to showcasing?
I think I
Without
know
giving anything away. I know if
yeah.
you might want to.
the big we do these big information design posters that are kind of a main staple piece every year. So that's one piece that everyone has to put in. Naomi, our professor, she makes everyone put that one in because it's a lot of research that we do, and then we put it all together in a big 24x36 poster. And so those are sort of a ton of research that people did on topics that they're interested in, and then also expressing that research and the things that they discovered in a way that makes sense to them visually. So that's always a big, interesting piece.
What I'm excited to see the most is definitely how everybody took final feedback because right now we are in the middle of revising all of the projects that we want to be put in the exhibition. So like infographic, the biggest one, like definitely looking forward to see how those turn out. But also I'm really excited to see how people's product designs come out. I'm really excited to see if anybody changed anything drastic.
Yeah.
I know for my product design, I'm revamping it a bit, and I'm excited to see what people have done differently.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun for us too because we saw everyone's projects in class when they were due, but you can edit it however for the exhibition. So I'm sure when it comes to mounting everything in the gallery, there'll be some surprises.
Yeah.
It's
sure.
exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting. And I guess, you're both graduating this year, right?
Yep.
And I guess reflecting maybe upon your time in Seattle U's design program, what have been some of your top highlights? Sorry, it's a deep question.
No, I appreciate it. Honestly, for me, I feel like having the experience of having a major that's so tightly connected to your cohort has really given me like an academic community that I hadn't really had before, and like being so close with the people in my classes, especially in a major where every week you're putting yourself up there, you're putting your work up there, you have to feel comfortable, getting critiqued, and I feel like having that community on campus to be creative with has been really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. The way this last year specifically was created was we started planning the exhibition fall quarter. I think it was towards the end of fall quarter. Me and Ian were directors, and after that it was like, okay, we have to figure out a schedule, and a lot of that was getting to know everybody, and it can be a little bit difficult. This is the first time everybody in this exhibition has been so consistently, like years prior it was UCourse and stuff, but this year it was like you're taking these classes, the work that you do in these classes is for the exhibition at the end of the year, and getting to know these people, getting comfortable, critiquing, and it's honestly been such a rewarding experience, I would say, especially for what we will do in this final big event. I'm excited to see it, but also I'm excited to have everybody there with us and having everybody in the space, and it'll be like our thing. We spent so much time working on this. I'm so excited.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess I have one last question then, and that's just to give any viewers, any audience members who are really like, oh, I want to go to this, like, this sounds super cool. Can we just give some really like vital information on like when, where, how, like any other little bits that people need to know if they want to attend?
Yeah. So it's gonna be in the Vashon Gallery in the Fine Arts Building, April 24th, 4:30 to 7:30 is the reception. So there'll be food, there'll be drinks, it'll all be free.
Free.
And there will be awesome
and art.
Awesome design work.
Awesome design work, yeah.
So yeah, just show up. It'll be a great time. And we're also supporting Creative Justice. It's a local charity. They support art programs for youth affected by the legal system. So that's really great. All the money we have left over will be donated to them. So yeah, it's exciting.
Awesome. Yeah. Anything else to add, Zam?
I just think all of the work will be wonderful, and I am incredibly excited for people to see it. This is free and open to the public, so come by, say hi, have a little bit of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So for today's segment, we're gonna be playing Pictionary. So if you're an audio listener, I'm sorry, but you're not gonna see. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to take turns. So each person is going to draw once. And then the way it's going to work is that each person, they have to guess. And just whoever gets the guess first, whoever guesses the prompt right first, will get the point. And then we're going to tally our points up at the end and see who wins. So yeah, I guess I'm going first. I'm excited. I'm excited. Okay. I'm going to take a prompt.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. It's like I could do that. All right. I'm like, I want it to be so that like the camera can pick this up. I have to stay seated though because I'm gonna go out of frame. Oh, no, that's too big. Whatever, that's fine. Okay.
Chef. Pirate.
So bad. Wait.
Graduate.
I think that's, yeah. Okay, yes. Zam, you get it.
What is it?
A graduate.
Oh.
Wait, I swear, I could actually do such a better job if I wasn't sitting down. Wait, like, watch this. Trust me.
Oh, you're
Okay?
proving a point.
Okay. It's, like, not that much better, but, like...
That's the same.
That's a little better. It's a little better. Oh, you said to sit down. I had to prove that I could do it standing up. Oh my god. Okay. Wait, we don't even have an eraser in here.
Oh.
Sorry, we'll be back after the technical difficulties.
It's ongoing sound.
I might be getting fired for standing up. I was specifically told in my contract, don't stand up during segments. And so this might be the last episode you see of me. Thanks, Daniel. Okay, who's going next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
To make it fair. All right. Let's see. Is there a timer?
I don't know who's keeping track of the time on these.
Daniel's got it.
Oh, is it a...
You're on the clock.
I don't know if I can do this one.
Do you want to
let me give it a
shot?
go.
Okay.
Give it a go.
Box.
Candle?
I have no idea.
I think.
Tree. Wait. Hospital?
Oh,
I saw the cross. I was
is
like,
is it admin?
Yes.
Oh!
The tree helped.
Yeah.
I was like,
That
wait,
makes
wait.
sense now.
I was not getting building before the tree.
Okay.
Good job.
Good job. Ian, you
That
can
seems
score
a little
yourself a point
hard,
there.
though.
That's hard.
That is hard,
I'm glad
yeah.
you got that.
From memory too, I'm like, I don't even know. I think there's like a clock on it, right? I don't know. But like no, it's not a clock. It's
No,
just like a
clock?
tower.
Yeah.
It's like a
Yeah.
bell tower.
Okay. One point. Oh, okay.
Banana. Oh, Red Hawk.
Oh wait, that was so fast.
Which one?
Red Hawk Rudy. Let's go.
Red Hawk.
Do I actually get that? No, what?
It's Rudy. It's
No,
Rudy.
boo. It's Rudy.
It's Rudy.
That's
Look,
Rudy.
the producer's trying to cheat. Per usual.
No, I totally got
No.
that. Was crazy.
That's pretty good.
That
No,
was
that's
so
pretty good.
fast.
That's
How
pretty
did you get that so fast? He was like, he didn't even finish with
No,
the first
that was
one.
good.
That's crazy. All right, so Zam kind of
Oh.
wins. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
Oh, Zam does win.
Should we
Oh,
do
so
another
sorry.
one for fun? Do we have more time? Okay. Who should
Round two.
take your victory lap? Oh.
We
Who's
got
got
round two.
round two?
Let's
All right,
go.
all right, all right.
I don't run the show.
Yeah, I forgot this is like a little fragile.
Okay.
Photoshop.
Yup.
That's
I was like, I thought you couldn't spell.
Oh, can I do letters?
I thought you couldn't do letters.
Oh.
I mean,
No, but the fact
No,
that I
that-
got
that
that is
was-
looking kind of impressive. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
it's the logo.
and you wanna know why I figured that
Colors.
out? It's because I just got like Adobe Suite,
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a big step up.
$20 a month. Ooh. But I've been using the apps, so yeah. Let's go. I got a point.
That was crazy.
Okay.
Who's next?
I say, Zam, you do one more, and then I think we'll call it for the show. I'm not trying to go and draw again. That was so. I swear I can draw.
All right. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Well, we don't have the color that I need for this one.
Is this Mario?
Yes.
Oh, let's go. Oh my god. Yo.
That was good.
That was actually good. Yeah, I was like, I saw the overalls, and that's when I was like,
I was like, wait, what
I was
are
like,
those
hat,
distinctive?
overalls. I was like, yeah.
The mustache.
Oh.
That would have
That-
given
that
away
would've been
fast.
big
That would have
away.
been like, yeah.
That.
That looks like a little like
I don't know
cat.
about that
Wait,
one.
wait, wait.
It's like.
Listen.
Yeah, how is is it? Yeah,
I think it's just like a big rectangle. Kinda.
Right?
It's very full. It's not a rectangle, but
He doesn't have like the
no.
wispies.
I don't know.
No, it's thick.
We'll have to fact check this.
Came to mind.
Like that.
Yeah. Okay.
There's Mario.
Perfect.
Alright.
There we go. All right. Well, I think that's our show for today. So if you are listening, viewing at home, thank you so much for joining us. Really enjoy putting on this production for you. Make sure that you're following us on Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. Yeah. And so Zam, I'm sure that you probably already know this. Ian, if you are a real fan,
I know.
you probably also know this. We end each show by saying, see you next time on Cherry Street. So I'm going to count us down from 3, and we're going to say, see you next time on Cherry Street. All right? Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
See you next time on Cherry Street.